Wow, so this is the last four, right? It's kind of hard to do because I told myself today that I was going to watch all the episodes and take notes, and I didn't make it through the fifth episode, the first one that I was going to watch. Too
Yeah, I
sick
didn't
for all
take
that
any
nonsense. I
notes.
keep taking naps and going to sleep instead.
Sick.
They tell me, is it Starvicold or Feedicold? I always forget.
What'd you say?
Is it Starvicold or Feedicold? I always forget.
I think it's starve a cold, feed a fever.
Well, that's like the same thing. I'm just gonna eat and see how that goes. So I'll just say so far I haven't been starving it very well. We had so much food yesterday for New Year's. It was like pork this and pork loin that and
Stop.
sausage this and all that. With the end result being today, we went and got cheeseburgers because we didn't want any more pork. So we have I had to portion everything today. So I portioned like the Christmas ham and lasagna from Christmas and then all the pork and sausage from yesterday. So we didn't know. So we don't lose. So I'm not gonna have to buy food for like 6 months.
That's always
Uh
kind of nice, though.
yeah, it'll be great when I can find a pinhole in my fridge. I've been playing Tetris for like 3 weeks. Anyway, so I didn't take it. This is my point being this is kind of if I don't sit there and take notes, then it's kind of hard. And I watched like 15 minutes and I have like 6 notes, so it's probably better I didn't take notes because it would be at that rate that would be a lot. So let's start on episode 5.
Yeah, I don't like remember what happens in each episode. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to do these synopses. So I mean, the first thing that really, I mean, episodes 1 to 4, like you said, are good and all that, but it's like 5 when it really starts going. I think it's that second. Like I could have just started on the fifth episode and been good with that.
Well, in 5 is the first time we actually see Pennywise, so it's kind of like, okay, like 1 through 4 is building characters, building backstory and rapport, and then 5 on, you're like, okay, now let's actually get into the action.
Yeah, I don't know if episode 1's building characters because it fucking killed them real quick.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that was what you kept telling me was like you don't see Pennywise for a while, and then when you do, you see so much.
And it's yeah, especially that last episode. Oh, that was so weird and surreal and
I love
uh
it, though.
yeah, the first time I said I didn't need this. This should have ended at episode 7. The black spot's there. End of the, that's the end of it. It's done. And then I watched it again with Amber, and I watched it again since then, and I'm like, now it's kind of cool. I like it. It's very, very out there and surreal, and what's his name? Pennywise is a mist monster after all. So in theory, right? I don't know if I think that's just a theory. I told Bryce he had to go watch The Mist because now he's gonna know where Pennywise is from if he watches that. Good, but
Well,
because
I
I
don't know.
like as soon as he escaped, it was like the mist was like taking over. I was like, oh, come on, how is that not the same mist?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not. It's not the same though, so I don't know if that's exactly where Pennywise came from.
Well, Pennywise came from the mist in the mist, but I don't think that mist in Welcome to Derry is necessarily the same mist. Like the guy said in YouTube, like well, it should just be the same fucking mist because that would make everything easier.
Right, but so watching that doesn't tell you where Pennywise comes from.
No, watching the first one, no, watching the mist tells you where Pennywise comes from
No,
because he's a mist monster.
we just said he's not.
I
I
said the
mean,
mist in Welcome to Derry that is not the mist from the mist that's full of monsters. See, it's confusing, isn't it?
I thought we had talked about before that he was a Toadash monster.
Isn't that what the mist is? Oh God, oh God, I better shut up. Uh, there's some serious shit going on in that. Okay, so go watch the mist. You don't need to, and I may never say this again. You don't necessarily need to read it because the thing that makes the movie is only in the movie. and it makes it completely different than the book. The book is like he took small town classic Stephen King and condensed it into a grocery store that they can't leave. So it's this side against that side in the grocery store, and there's
Uh,
monsters outside. The book is, I mean, the movie, you just have to watch it. I'm not even going to begin to try to go explain that.
yeah, like I may have watched bits and pieces of it when I was in like high school, but I definitely do not remember it in the
You
slightest.
have to watch it until the very last minute of the movie.
Allie, you don't know about the movie?
I mean, I've heard of it. I know like the pretense of it, but I don't know where the mist monsters come from.
She doesn't know, Amber. If she did, she would have said it by now.
Right. Yeah. I thought
Uh,
everybody knew that.
that's why I just assumed that she. Yeah, let's move on from that because we'll pick up the mist discussion after you watch that. Matter of fact, if you're not doing anything when we're done, go watch that.
Or before next time.
Yeah, but we're gonna go with before next time this weekend is.
I might go watch it. 'Cause I was trying to figure out where it was for Bryce. So I guess we're gonna
Somebody.
move on from that. Go ahead. Um. Anyway, episode 5, also known as shit. Is that really Maddie?
I was so proud of myself.
I think everybody at first I was like, there's no way. Like, first of all, his hair is like what? So he's been down there for 6 months and he just magically showed up. Uh,
Well, like as soon as he showed up, I was like, "That's Pennywise," or I knew it wasn't Maddie because I'm like, kids don't escape from Pennywise's lair and come back to tell a tale. It just does never, ever, ever happened.
when he said,
Not
well,
as a
didn't the
singular, at
losers
least.
didn't the losers club do that?
But not when you're held like not somebody who gets.
Bev was in the deadlights. And by the
You
way,
didn't. You
everybody's
didn't
in the
let me
damn
finish.
deadlights. Sorry.
I lost my train of thought. I don't know.
Damn it.
Well, I think the train of thought is like one person gets taken by Pennywise, and there's not a group of people like ready and willing to rescue them. They're not leaving.
Yeah, not like being like. Why would he hold him hostage and keep him alive and undeadlighted for all that time? That just never happens.
He was tenderizing the meat.
But he would just put them in that coma thing that he does.
Yeah, wasn't it like a thing in the book that yeah, I know it was. You don't get out of the deadlights easily. Like Bill had to like go pretend he was 12 and like ride a bike down up Mile Hill or up down Mile Hill or some shit. And then like in this he deadlighted the whole fucking school.
I know that was
That was
awesome.
it was yeah. But anyway, even before he did the school, like there was like three like it was his. We got to talk about Ingrid. There's a lot here. He deadlighted Ingrid and Hanlon and somebody else, and they all were fine. No big deal. Like they didn't really have to go through anything to get out of it. It's
I don't know if Ingrid was fine. I mean, she was kind of mentally insane the rest of her life.
I don't know that she was. She was dead right the whole time. Just they didn't like what she was saying, so she ended up there. It's funny she went from like working there to being a patient. Very Shutter Island there.
Her timeline just confused me a little bit following the like canon of the movie because we were talking about that and trying to figure out. So it's like clearly Ingrid Kirsch was never actually at that apartment when Bev goes to visit as an adult because she's been in unless she got out of Juniper Hill.
No, Ingrid Kirsch was that age when Bev was a kid, according to the movie timeline. Well, she doesn't exist in the book.
Yeah, she does. Well,
Is
I
that scene in the book where she goes to visit her? Okay. We got to reread the book.
she's she's not in the non-Pennywise version. Like she's always Pennywise in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the time that scene with Bev when she's an adult, she's been dead since, I don't know. Nobody knows actually. Sometime between 1988 and 1962.
Right.
Wait, no,
When
Bev's a kid in
No,
1988.
1988.
This in 2017.
Yeah.
See, this shit gets complicated. He should have left the timeline alone.
But it's kind of like, I don't
the
know.
actress has died now, but
I know.
What?
It just feels like if it's only Pennywise, like you use, I don't know. I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. It feels like a lot for Pennywise to do to just try to kill someone. Like, why does he have to like steal someone's identity?
I always kind of thought that.
doesn't in the book that is not his shtick, but in the movie it kind of is. Or I should say in the show.
Where he's terrorizing everyone before he eats them.
Yeah,
Stealing,
I mean he steals Maddie identity.
yeah.
He took on the identity of all four people in the car in that very first scene in season one. Season one, episode one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess he was all four of them at once. Huh? Five, as it were.
That's true. I mean, I like it's a cool because it kind of feels like a little like, hey, remember this character? Now we've expanded it, even though she may not really have been important at all.
Yeah. I
Bryce
think
told me,
nod though, to the movies.
Say that again?
I liked that it was a nice nod to the movies because like obviously I feel like if people have seen the movies they're gonna watch the show. So
Yeah.
as soon as you hear Ingrid, you're like, is this who I think it's gonna be?
hell, you
Yeah.
don't know half those Easter eggs if you haven't read the books.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. God, watching it with Matt, who has not read them at all, and apparently doesn't remember the movies either. I was just like, I can't. There's so much to explain to you that is
And
not
I
being
can't,
said right now.
right? Stop telling me to shut up. I need to explain this to you. That's like Michelle. It was, I'll be like, yeah, but this, and she's like, well, I don't need to know that. Like, but yes, you do. What do you mean you don't need to know that? I can't understand that because it's all wrong or different, not wrong. I mean, I like what they're doing with it, and I don't know. At one point, it was almost too much Pennywise. I'm like, I think I know more than I need. I don't need to know like all this about my all the screen time for my monster was getting uncomfortable. And then episode 8 happened, and it was just fucking fun. I loved episode 8 after I didn't like it. Um, because
Yeah,
it's just he's just like marching and I almost told and I was talking to Bryce about it. And I was like, oh yeah, and there's it because Bryce was like, I fucking hate Mars, and I was like, yeah, it'll change your mind.
we all hated her until the end.
Yeah, we all hated her until and maybe not long before the end. Like the second half, she's good. The first half, she's shit, and the second half is fuck Lily because just
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Veronica, if you guys don't remember, becomes a victim sometime before we see her again.
Yeah, she
She's
goes.
one of
Wait, isn't she? Wait. I thought, is Veronica an adult or a child?
Veronica is Ronnie.
yeah. What do you mean?
In the book or in the lore?
She's a missing child.
That's what I thought. So how does that? So how is that her?
I don't know because Pennywise is back to sleep. So uh, I don't know unless they change that. Unless they just plucked the name from the soup and said, let's use this one because we'll never see her again. That background shit's annoying. How do I make that stop? It seems to come and go when it feels like it.
Yeah. Well, I like. I was gonna say I like that it follows. I like at least that we know what it follows, so that we know like what timeline it's going off of. I guess if that makes sense. So it's like, okay, well that's not quite for the books, but that is how they did it in the movie. So at least that makes sense. Like,
Did you have to do that with Matt like the whole time?
no, I mean a few times, but it was like a lot of him
Mhm.
asking questions. He'd be like, "What does that mean?" And I'm like, "God, where, where do we?"
Just go, Matt. All things serve to be.
Or I'd be like, "Turtle, turtle, did you see that turtle?"
He'd be like, so what? What's with why does this guy like turtles? Like, and I was doing that. There was a lot, and I watched so much YouTube because I couldn't take notes. Like, there's a lot of turtle references, and I don't know. It's some of the turtle stuff. I'm like, whatever. You're not. I like we're not until the second half. The first half was like, well, you're not going tower, so I don't give a fuck about the turtles. And then like when Dick takes the uh mushroom tea or whatever the heck it is to put the ghost back in the box, I guess is the point in that. Get rid of one so he can see another one or whatever she said. Uh, right before she like her face starts melting, she's like telling, or as her face is melting, she's telling him, "Don't go Toadash," or whatever you do, don't go Toadash, or something like that. I'm like, okay,
Is
now we're
that what
going
she
full
was
on
saying?
tower. Yeah, she said, "Don't go." If you can read her lips, and like if you there's a lot of internet nerds, so if you slow it down, you can kind of hear, you can actually hear what she's saying. So it's don't whatever you do, it's like whatever you do, don't
Yeah, no, I remember the scene.
yeah. So and it's like but she's saying don't go Toadash, which
Huh.
You can't really help that.
well, there's many things that I thought about that. Yeah, well, does Dick even know what Toadash is? So and how would he prevent it if he wanted to?
Yeah.
And well, that kind of changes everything because that puts the show in that puts this whole movie show into the Dark Tower now just by saying Toadash, right?
I mean,
Now it's
everything's always in the Dark Tower anyway.
right, but at this point, the show has not existed anywhere near the tower that you know we're aware of. So I thought that was cool because that just opens up. Oh my God, are we gonna see Roland before this is over? That would be kind of cool.
Flanagan's
He'll
gonna
like
be like,
show up
"Hey,
and be like, "Oops,
hands
wrong
off."
one, sorry." Yeah, what? Sorry.
I said Flanagan's gonna be like, "Hey, hands off, he's mine."
Oh, that's a good point. They might not be allowed to do that. Flanagan's not HBO, right? He's Prime, I think. I forget
For I don't
for
know.
the.
I don't remember.
I think Prime had it, but I don't know if they still do when like he took over. It's like
Right.
he might have went to someone else. That might block it. I don't think you can't like Stephen King. You can't like block a word. Imagine if you could. But anyway, so by telling him not to go Toadash, like now this is now like a Dark Tower thing. So um, I'm wondering if that's going to be a thing in season two. Or maybe I should say hoping that will be a thing in season two, at least a little bit, because it's going backwards. And this whole and episode 8 did this whole Pennywise doesn't see time the way everyone else does, and so I think they're saying he lives backwards, and that's why season two can be the Bradley Gang in 1935, and season one can three can be the Kitchener Ironworks eight. And I don't know if do those uh times even jive with the book, but I'm gonna guess they don't, but I'm not sure. But why does he need to live backwards to have the next season 27 years ago? Why don't you just do it 27 years ago? I didn't really I guess it was to call out the March Tosher was the main reason for it, right? I didn't really it made everything very confusing and I wasn't sure why we needed all that.
Yeah. I don't think that was really necessary. And also, a part of me is like, well, wait. Oh yeah, because he died in 2017. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess they're just trying to set up the next season, and that like Pennywise is gonna have to try to kill them, but he always does that
Well,
anyway.
that's why he was like trying to kill Marge because he was like basically like, "Hey, your son kills me, so if I just kill you, I won't have to worry about that." And I'm like, well, what a weird thing to live with. You
Okay,
kill
but
me.
like, why didn't you just do that at the beginning then? Why, like, it just feels like something that was added at the very end.
But then that's what I say to everybody. No, not everybody. Anybody that asks and some who don't. That book or episode 8 is all Muschietti. It's not in the book. It's off the rails. So
Yeah,
there's going to
I
be
do.
some wildness and inconsistencies there.
I really like the new stuff that they did. Like you said, like a lot of the imagery from that last episode is just so good, so haunting, so perfectly creepy. Like I love Bill Skarsgård. Like he is just so perfect.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was talking about or Bryce was talking about Teddy's sister, right? Is what's her name? I forgot. But she gets her arm ripped off, and I think that's the drum that's the arm that Pennywise is beating the drum with when he's the bass drum with
The
foot
March.
his foot pedal. It's not Marge, the other girl's arm.
I said March.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that boom boom boom
The
boom 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 boom.
yeah, it was great. Almost, but not quite circus music and the trumpets and uh that was great.
And when he's running to the parents, no, running to the kids, and he just turns and looks at the parents and waves.
I was running past them,
Yeah.
nothing they can do.
I love Bill Skarsgård.
yeah.
And I've said this several times that if he don't win an Emmy, it's a goddamn travesty. I think we talked about this, Amber. Like Tim Curry will always be iconic, but I don't know. At this point, Skarsgård's almost better, and I hate to say that, but I kind of have to because he's fucking amazing after watching this show.
The thing is, like, you think with like I didn't know until watching the behind the scenes stuff. Like a lot of what you see from him, like my mind just automatically goes like, oh, that's CGI or that's editing or that's audio enhancement. And then you see the behind the scenes and I'm like, oh my God, that's just him. Like it's just so incredible that he can like have such an essence that way. And I'm like, I feel bad for its kids almost. Like Jesus.
But what a family, huh? Randall Flagg and Pennywise, and I I think I said this to you, Amber, but that guy who tries to shoot Hank Grogan sure looks like he's someone from the family if he's not one of the if he's not Alexander or Bill, because he looks
Bill,
just like
yeah.
Scar.
I forgot to look it up, but he does look like
There's
them.
another brother, isn't there? Or am I wrong? I know there's a
I think
dad who's
so.
kind of into movies or kind of an actor. Um,
I think there are at least three brothers, but I think Alex and Bill are the only one that do movies.
okay, could be.
I might be picking out of my ass, but
Mm.
So I guess Hank was about to get out of like make bail or something, and I guess Pennywise said fuck that and crashed the bus so he could escape.
Well, he was. I don't think he was. Actually, I don't remember what was going to happen with that.
Charlotte was telling him he was
But
going home. Oh, apparently,
he was He was on the bus to
right. Remember,
Shawshank
he had to
though.
go to Shawshank for like a day or two, and then he was going to be going home, at least for a little while, like out on bail.
Yeah. Yeah.
then the bus crashed and it didn't matter.
And maybe he shouldn't have ran away. Stay with the bus,
He probably didn't have a choice.
right? I guess that would depend. I don't know. If you're facing life, what do you got to lose? And he was pretty much unofficially facing life. He wouldn't even have made that. Yeah, because they would have showed up. They showed up in their masks and what do you call it? Racist gear anyway. And I'm surprised they didn't just gun them down. It's funny. They were like, "Oh, okay, that's cool," and they went outside and lit the place on fire. Like you chicken shit motherfuckers.
Yeah. When I was rewatching it, I was like, oh, he got that idea like immediately. He was like, oh, okay, that's fine. You guys all stay in here then.
Yeah, because they had them ready. They had the shit ready. They knew that was probably gonna be what happened. And but I like when they like pull the guns on them and they're all army guys and like, hey, we got guns too, fuckers.
Yeah. Are there government
Yeah,
issued?
and remember, you're on a. I mean, okay, it was the '60s, racial turmoil and all of that, and civil rights movement, but they're on a fucking
Hey, that's not the
they're on a fucking
South.
army base. Like that's federal, and they're murdering 23 people, and there's no repercussions.
Well, and not all of them are army. Some of them were civilians.
Oh, right. Wait.
Some of them were children, right?
Yeah.
One of them was. Well, apparently turning off my headphones didn't help any. This is why I left Riverside the first time.
Uh-uh.
Uh, yeah, and I guess and, the whole time I'm going, Rich is just like Richie. He is Richie. He's too close. Why did they do that? And God, they even gave him the same damn name. How is he not Richie? And it's like, oh yeah, he's you know uh Marge's kid. And then it all makes sense when like he dies and you basically name.
Well, except for the name makes sense, but it is kind of funny because I kept thinking like, oh, that's his personality, and I'm like, wait, they're not related. They've never even met. She just named Richie after him.
She liked him so much that she just started acting like him.
Oh, that's true too.
And like she says at the funeral, like I only knew him a month. I'm like, whoa. And you named your firstborn after him? Like, come on, man. I don't know.
I mean, he did like,
And he
you know,
took a really long
right,
time to die and had no signs of any, right.
zero burn marks. Although he probably died of suffocation before,
I
like
mean, most people
burning,
do,
so
right?
that
But he
could
would have, I don't know,
would
smoke
have had
damage,
something.
some black soot, something. I mean, damn.
Well, Matt, I was like, her being in that box would not protect her because the box is still gonna get hot. There's no oxygen in there. There's nowhere for her to escape. Like, she would still die. I'm like, I
Well,
never
the
thought about that.
oxygen, I would say no, because she wasn't in there that long that she would have ran out of air. I mean, it was only, what, minutes, it seemed like, honestly. Or maybe it was an hour or two
I don't know.
later. But what kind of box was it? I don't even remember. But if it's a metal box, he's right. That's like that was a torture device in the pre ancient times. They put
Yeah.
you in the brass bowl and just light the fire under it. Like, that always bothered me. That gave me nightmares dying that way.
Well, I'm not very afraid of medieval torture methods,
Well, not
thankfully.
afraid, but I was fascinated by them. They spent some creativity figuring out how to torture people, especially those the
I
Inquisitioners, man. This was before TV, so people had a lot of time. Yeah.
was about to say that. I was like, and people think TV is bad for society.
I mean,
But going back to Rich, I was like, why do all of my favorite kids keep dying this season? I really liked Phil and the other one,
I think
Teddy.
we all
Yeah.
did, and that was very unexpected. I gotta say, but then it was like, okay. Then I didn't know whether to get used to these people or not because I was just waiting for them to die, and then, well,
I mean, no. Well, I'm just gonna say no offense, but like I hate like Ronnie and Lily were not it. Like, thankfully, I liked Marge by the end, but I was like, man, who's left of this? Oh, and Will. I love Will.
That was
Will
cool.
Will would be a better Mike than Mike was in the movie.
I agree. I kept calling
Yes,
him Mike. I was like, Mike
I
Will,
kept
Mike
thinking
Will.
he was like Mike, and I'm like, wait, that's not Mike. Uh, and then Sergeant Hanlon goes to start his farm at the end because so he can go from a military guy to the farmer we meet in 2017. Or it's not even him. No, that's his kid. Sorry,
I
that's
like the.
Will is the farmer we meet in 2017.
No, you were right. It is the grandfather
No,
because
it's Mike that won't shoot the cow in the head, and it's Mike's dad that's like you're a baby for not doing that, and he kills it with the whatever gun, uh, the pressure gun on the hose. I can't think of what it's called, but that's his dad, so that's Will.
no, that's grandpa
Damn, really? What the fuck? I got that all in the movie.
in the movie. Yes.
I don't remember at all.
In the beginning, he's like, "I'm not you." Oh, he says he's like, no, he says, "I'm not you." He doesn't say you're not my dad. He says, "I'm not you." Okay. Um. Anyway, we don't need. Okay, so well, that's Leroy then. Okay.
Yeah.
But even Leroy, well, I guess because he has no fear or
Yeah.
whatever.
So they kept telling us, but that guy had some fear. I don't care what they say. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, Pennywise found a good way by making him shoot his wife. Like, that'll
I
put
mean,
some
how
fear
obvious
in
is it?
you.
Oh, so your fear is you're going to hurt your family. Well, that was fucking obvious. How did no one ever see that before? That's like everyone's fear in the history of ever. But it is a good way to fucking
Yeah.
shoot your wife in the head or die. How do you go home and like hug your wife after that? You're like, oh, like is it you or is it Pennywise?
Well, and also, yeah, because she makes those creepy faces and movements. Like, I was just picturing it now. It would be worse if I was
Her
married
name
to
is
her.
something else in the book. I forget what it was, but they changed it for some reason. We really need to reread that book. And at least
No,
Charlotte
go
makes
ahead.
facial expressions. She's no Ronnie.
Well, I feel bad because they are children. But yeah, Lily and Ronnie, they picked one face and then said, this is it for the
I
whole
think I just
season.
hate Lily. I hate her haircut. Like, can someone else? I mean, no offense, but can someone else play her? Oh my god! And why is she still alive? She doesn't exist anywhere. There's no Bainbridges in Derry when we read the book or watch anything else. So why didn't we just kill her? It would have been fine, and it would have been very satisfying, like killing fucking Joffrey.
Well, okay. I don't know about that.
It's not that bad.
Well, my point is, there was no reason to keep her alive. What the fuck?
Just
Like,
like
I get
Susanna.
why why Rich had to die, so we could have the whole Richie Margie thing. Uh, and it was cool when Pennywise pulled out the missing poster with the fucking Finn Wolfhard on. I was like, oh wow, he's like 8 feet tall now. You should watch Stranger Things.
We found
Yeah,
him.
right. He's not missing anymore. And he's kind of hard to miss, I gotta say. I actually started watching that again because I want to say I watched all of it because I keep
Damn.
hearing about it now. I'm like, all right, let me try it again. So I'm like in episode 3 of season 1, and it's kind of hanging by through. I'm almost ready to skip season 1 and go straight to season 2 because I'm like, all right, I know all about this.
Yeah, but season one is like
Yeah,
the best one.
it
Well,
is
I've
kind
only
of
watched
the
two,
like
but
setup, and it's so Stephen King. There's so many like references already, and I've watched like 3 episodes that I didn't realize were there the first time I watched it.
mm-mm.
I forgot. Finn, it was cool when Finn showed up
Forgot.
on the poster though. But I don't know. Do we need to have Pennywise live backwards? That I don't. At first I thought he was living
I
everywhere at
don't
once,
think
like he didn't exist, and like time was a circle to him, where it's a line to us. Like I can wrap my head around that almost better than the living backwards.
Well, no, that I think he was kind of saying that because he was like, forward, backwards, it doesn't matter. It's all the same to
That's
Pennywise.
true.
it's
Was
all
it
the
my death?
same.
What does he say? It's so difficult being trapped in one time in one place, or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, so- I don't know. That shit got so confusing, and everybody has a different opinion.
I really I really liked what the how do you say it? Muschietti, Machete, whatever. How the how he did the movies, like the remakes, and I kind of feel very much the same way about the show. Like I'm fine with them take him. I'll just say him, the director, taking the liberties that he
Oh,
does
Barbara's heavily involved
because I
too, so
feel
you
like
gotta
he
give her
does.
credit.
Okay, them. I'm fine with them taking the liberties that they do because I feel like they do a good job. Like even if it doesn't 100% follow or if it's new, like I'm in it. Like I like it.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
agree.
Stephen King likes it too, because
I
it's
yes.
different, but the different paths they go down don't like kill the mood or fuck it up or break the flow. Um, I don't like if I was the one that created that, I would be like, okay, this is cool. Like take, let's see what you're gonna do with it. And I'm sure everything gets final
Exactly.
approved before publication anyway. Well, I mean, to a point, he
Yeah.
might not. I don't know. Would you want him to just go surprise me and like they did the movies and so you got trust there. So like just let me know what you do on the tour. But we have a whole
Right.
history of bad '80s movies when he did that, so he might not want to do that anymore. He was like, just give me the check and let me know how the movie is, and they were all bad. Well, not all. Pet Cemetery.
Also
Well,
the what?
the nice thing about them too is that like, and I think I've said this before, but they obviously love the source materials just as much as like any fan would.
Yes,
So they definitely try to bring all of that lore and history into it, even if they can't fit it all in the project. And it like, I think that's part of the reason why we love it so much, even though it's not 100% with the source material, and it doesn't feel like something that Stephen King wouldn't do, right? Like it's
exactly.
within his realm of possibility.
Like they know how to find his voice.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
If I was him, I'd approve it. I didn't even want to say that. And where my nephew, same nephew, read, he was like, "Oh yeah," and I watched Doctor Sleep, and I didn't even know that was a sequel to The Shining. I'm like, and then he's like, "But I've never seen The Shining." It's like, oh my god, all those things you said are just so weird.
Well, speaking of, like, how perfect was it that we just finished Doctor Sleep, and I felt like it kind of got like
A
referenced a
little
little
bit.
bit.
Well, yeah, because he didn't mention anything about the lock boxes in The Shining. That was
Yeah,
just in
yeah, and
Doctor
that
Sleep.
becomes super
Right.
important. And they changed it a little bit, like you don't acknowledge, or is that in the book, or you don't acknowledge them because you don't want them to know that you can see them, or they won't leave you the fuck alone, and they'll be whispering over your shoulder, "Kill yourself." Those are not very nice ghosts, by the way. I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean it definitely made it a little confusing because I was like, okay, I guess the lockbox in this case just means all ghosts.
Well, yeah, I was a little confused by that because I felt like The Shining wasn't just ghosts. Like it wasn't like I see dead people. And I felt like the this is the lockbox made it seem like that's what it was.
Well, that's back to that question, right? To those. Okay, how do we say this? The ghosts are in the lockbox, so are they ghosts of the Overlook Hotel, or are they things that exist in his mind, or somewhere in between both? I mean,
It wouldn't be from the Overlook in the show because he hasn't been to the Overlook yet.
well, I meant Danny, not a dick. In Doctor Sleep, when he locks them up, Mrs. Massey and Harster went, and then he's so they clearly weren't just ghosts of the Overlook because they're like haunting his mind, and he's taking them with him, and they're tormenting him to the point that he's got to lock them away. And why couldn't Dick just put the ghost back in the box?
I was wondering that too. I'm like, can't you just
Right.
lock it again?
And I thought Grandpa was the one that was in the box, like he was the reason for it. Because remember, like
I think that was Pennywise.
oh, in the show, yeah, it totally was.
Yeah.
But the original ghost, because he was like I don't know, he's a horrible human, and he was abusing and torturing both of them in some kind of way.
And he was very sadistic.
Yeah.
So, and then he died, and then like Dick was like, I know I can, and then I could never get rid of him. He was always there. It was even worse after he
Yeah.
died. It's like, oh, I never thought of that. Oh God. Uh, so he was the reason for the box, but it didn't seem like he was the one that came out of the box. The box was just generally letting him see the ghosts again, or kind of thing. And the first one he
Yeah.
sees was the guy I was most upset about. Fucking Hanlon shot a partner in the chest. What's his name? I forgot his name. Yeah. No
Yeah.
repercussions there. Just take a statement. All right, we'll let you know if we need anything else. Thanks.
Yeah.
Uh, it was the 60s. Although actually, a black man
I was
shooting
about
a
to say that
white
would have
man
made it
in the 60s
so
probably
much
would have been
worse.
worse.
Even in Maine, they had the Legion of White Decency.
No, they're not the South. They keep telling you that.
He stopped doing that after like the
No,
first half. Yeah, they had the whole thing about how Hanlon was. I guess they were establishing racism. Is that was the point in the beginning when the guy was like, "I'm not going to salute you." I didn't really. to lead
Probably.
up to the black spot at the end. I remember being a kid, always being like, "Why'd they make a
Yeah.
black spot?" And then I got a little older. I was like, "There's no mystery there. There's only one reason they called it that." And because you're like, that can't be what it is. It's got to be more than that.
It kind of makes me want to go back and at least read that scene from the book because don't, I remember, I kind of remember it and then I don't remember it at the same time.
It's not very long.
Okay, maybe that's
Say,
why.
say,
The scene in the book, I wanted to go back and reread it for the fire.
yeah, I don't know how long it is,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things that's burned in my mind. It's probably like a page and a half.
Honestly, about it, it's like no more than 2 pages because I actually did go back and reread it when I started watching the series because I was surprised that Halloran was in the show because I did not remember reading his name in the book. So I was like,
I
wait a
thought they
minute,
made
what?
that up and like just
Yeah.
made it a cool after the fact. But yeah, then it was in the book, and he was to the point where Dick was like, "I'm never going back to that place. Fuck that." Like
Uh,
that, and that's what you were saying. Like clearly, they don't. You said they treat it like they're fans. I think they are fans, and like they remember shit like that. I'm sure they read this book 10 times, just leading up to the show. I don't think the directors wrote it, but I think they consulted heavily on it because there was a couple. If you listen to the companion podcast, there's a couple times where he's like, "Yeah, they gave us the script," and we're like, "Oh, that's cool." I'm like, "Wait a minute, what do you mean they gave you the script?" What's his name that did a lot of writing? Jason Fuchs, I think, and somebody else. And that name's vaguely familiar, but I don't really know why. And he probably has something. He was probably like a writer in the movie or something. So I think that's the guy I want to
yeah.
talk to. He's a super fan.
I mean, I trust him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Muschiettis did write some
Yeah,
of them.
that would make sense.
It seems like different writers for almost each episode. I feel like a lot of shows are doing that now, actually.
What is this, American
That's
Horror
cool.
Story?
I don't think they have that many different writers.
They've had one writer for 15 years. Look at his
That's their
gang working.
problem. Although, Allie, no, you're not a big HS fan. Never mind.
I like it. I kind of fell off it for a bit and just never hopped back on the train.
Yeah, that's fair. You should probably not.
Coven just couldn't get through
The
Coven.
train has a lot of dead ends.
The train has a lot of disappointment.
Yeah, right. It's not as full as you think it's going to be. Sometimes you're the only one in it, and you're going underground, and it's dark, and the power's flicking.
And you're like, why
Yeah,
am I still here?
like fuck this. I'm getting off at the next stop.
But I never
I never
do.
make it to the end of the. I never make it to the last stop.
I do. I always make it to the last stop.
I'm about 50-50, I think. First one, second one.
I was gonna say just like I'm definitely gonna watch this new season, but if you don't watch the show, then it's not exciting.
Right, because they're bringing back all the people that you wouldn't know about.
Right, they're bringing back all my favorite people finally.
Right, we're gonna do a marathon
Okay.
and like watch them all. Yeah. Well, actually, that's one hell of a commitment. I don't know if I'm watching them all, but yeah.
I mean, we could make it like every time I visit, we watch a
We
different
have
season.
time, right? It's not coming out till 27, I think.
20. Actually, I don't remember.
Yeah, how many
It's like
seasons does it have now?
The 13th season is coming out. Oh my god, that's why they're doing a Coven
13.
thing. I never thought about that. Yeah. I think it's October of 2026.
The Aztec god Quetzalcoatl has who else was part? He has
Oh, excuse me.
the Aztecs built 19 monuments to the god Quetzalcoatl. Thunder god,
Any reason why?
because they didn't like 20. Um, the ancient Hindu book, the Bhagavad Gita, has 19 books. or and
Hmm.
19, the ancient in Hindu, like I don't know, it's not called a book, it's called like a, I don't know, I can't think of a word. Has 19 books in it. Um, yeah, those were the two that I saw yesterday, just in my daily life. I was watching Ancient Aliens, if
How
you can't tell,
do you know that's even true?
because Giorgio told me it. And the narrator
Yeah,
said,
speaker of
when the
many
narrator
truths.
goes, ancient alien theorists believe that. Well, the narrator's never,
Yeah,
there's never been
ancient.
a narrator that's told me a lie that I know. They always sound like they know what they're talking about, so I'm gonna believe. I like the whole under the Nebo house. And then the well was apparently the same well. They made sure that it matched.
Yeah.
Anyway, so move 6. 6 is basically Ingrid. That's the Ingrid episode, right? Or the Bob Gray Ingrid episode. I never took the Bob Gray thing so literally as they did,
Right.
but like I used to say, oh, his name's Bob Gray because they say that in Dreamcatcher. Watch out for Mr. Gray. But I never really like thought about it to the point that he was an actual clown that he ate. And I never thought of Pennywise as literally eating people. It seemed like more of a mind thing than a like he was eating their essence more than their actual body. But they certainly disavowed me of that notion.
Well, that was new because Matt even asked me. He's like, "Did he eat them before?" I'm like, "I don't think so."
It didn't seem that literal
I
before.
mean, I know he like. I mean, like he would rip them apart, but I don't honestly don't
Yeah, but that was
remember.
almost like he was sucking something out of them, like getting the good shit on the
Yeah.
inside, like the marrow.
I'll say I did love that line. Do I have face on my face?
Do I have face on my face?
Yeah.
Skarsgård's great. I
Matt.
wonder if he just improvises that. I hope he does. And it was cool when so that yeah, I never believed Maddie from the beginning, and then I forgot that I didn't believe it, and then like Ronnie's right, like fuck you, Lily. They went down in the sewers. The guy that we thought was our friend and told us to rescue the one that was still alive was actually the murdering clown, and now you're like, well, let's go try it again. No, we're not doing that. And then she's like, well, let's go to the cops and tell them so my dad will get out. Yeah, just go tell him some clowns in the sewer fucking murdering people, and they'll right. How do you think that's gonna go? Exactly how it went.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck Lily. I got it. Like, why would you go back down there? And this thing is torturing them in every facet of their lives. They just go wandering into the sewers, thinking they're gonna rescue their friend with what? That's just gonna happen. He's gonna let that happen,
Yeah, they had a lot less fear than the
right?
original or the
They should have
later
talked to
losers.
fucking Sergeant
Yeah.
Hanlon there, schooled him on that.
Oh
Well, we all know why they had less fear, right? We have to talk about that too,
yeah, forgot
because they were
about that.
fucking drinking and doing drugs the whole time. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I said this to you when we watched it. I'm like, my issue with this is that like it never pans out. It's like they take the drugs, they're like high for a second, then Pennywise shows up and it was like it never happened.
Yeah, like Pennywise is good at making you fear when you think you're. Yeah, he's just like challenge accepted. Now we're gonna ramp it up. I'm gonna dance around a pole and split my head open into a big giant mouth.
Right. Yeah. Oh God, him showing up was awesome. I was like, there he
It was almost like
is.
Jaws because it was fucking episode 5. It's like, oh, thank God. And that, like,
Yeah.
and they were like, Skarsgård's coming back doing Pennywise. Like, well, I don't know if I'm watching it if it wasn't gonna be him. I mean, who the hell else could even come close to that? Maybe Alex. Yeah.
Mm, I don't know if he can do the stuff that Bill can
Yeah. So
do.
then, anyway, so they go. Yeah, I think the cheek thing and the smile thing is all him. Some kind of quirk that he can do, and the eye thing.
And the eye thing, yeah.
That makes it great. I wish I could do that. I don't know why. I just wish I could do
It's like he was born for this
that.
role.
And I think I said that. If he never does anything else in his life, we're good. He's still, top five. Doesn't matter because this is so. And that might end up being a problem for him that this is so like iconic. He's not gonna be able to do anything else. But I mean, he's got 3 seasons of Pennywise, so who cares? He might be over it by
Right.
then, but I don't know. Hey, don't forget where he came from. Well, he didn't go anywhere yet, so yeah. I
Stay
mean,
where
that's
you
fine.
are.
Don't stop cashing the checks that are making you famous. And he, you know, wears makeup, so if he doesn't make that creepy smile, he could walk around in public and half people wouldn't even know who he is. Um. Anyway, so Bob Gray is a real clown that wears a fake forehead wig.
So, was that just Pennywise's first time seeing a clown? Like, why did he take over that persona of all of the ones that existed, I guess?
Yeah, was he hiding before that? And that was the first time he popped in? I don't know. He's been there millions of years. So what did he eat every 27 years before, like, I don't know, animal life showed up? When the Earth was a ice ball or a fireball. Where was he at exactly? Well, I guess if he's been here millions of
Was
years,
he
yeah,
eating
he could have been eating
dinosaurs?
dinosaurs. But they'd be
That's
hard to
a weird.
scare, right?
I don't know. I mean, well, I guess reptile brain. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
They probably don't get scared. You ever seen a scared lizard? Who knows?
I don't know what it would look
Right,
like.
that's no different.
Mammals can get scared. Like my cats and my dogs spook pretty easily,
Uh-huh.
so I don't
Right, but
know.
what about a
I don't think
reptile?
cats count 'cause
But what would
all
they
it
be
takes is a
different?
pickle to scare a cat.
They're cold blooded.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's a bad thing when we say that. You're cold blooded, right? So I'm like a lizard. Is that bad? Are you calling me a
Yes.
dinosaur? I did like yeah. I like was Bob Gray the first human, and then see that's a little bit of a hole, right? I don't I don't know that they should have tried to explain that. They should have left that alone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, of all of the people that he's eaten, why did he decide to take over this guy's like persona or act? Like, just especially as you get. I mean, I don't know. I guess in the '60s, people were still fine with clowns, but it's like you got to find a
I
better way to
think
lure
that's what
children.
it was. That's what like he saw how the children were like drawn to him, so he was like, kids like clowns.
Yeah, I guess that's
I can
true.
get like 10 of them at once. Of course, Bob couldn't control the kids because they all bum rushed the stage and like almost tore him apart. I mean, like he's backstage taking off the makeup. He's like lively crowd. He sounds like Kermit the Frog with a cold when he comes.
The way you said it reminded me of Yoda.
Yeah, a little bit. But then he says, and if you didn't know, the last thing he says before he disappears back down is Pennywise hole is lively crowd when they put the thing back in the thing.
When they cage him
Yeah,
back in.
and or yeah, I haven't even gotten to that yet. God, it's been an hour already. Uh the yeah, so he takes over Bob Gray for some reason, and Ingrid for some fucking reason can't figure out that's not really her dad.
I don't know.
Yeah, I did not get that.
Yeah, until he like what slice Stan Kirsch's head off in half in front of her, and it's like, hey, you're not my dad. Like you think?
And he was even gonna let her go. He was like, "Thanks, you did good." He
He
said, "You
was
did
walking
good."
away. See you in 27 years.
And yeah.
Talk about daddy issues. She's like, don't abandon me. He's like, then he turns around also like, excuse me.
hmm He's like, "I guess if you want to die."
That was the best part about when Dick tricked him. Tricky Dicky. Uh, um, he's what does he say? I'm a god. He's all confused. I love that. I love how they interact The Shining with the whole Pennywise thing. God damn, that's annoying. Um, different ways to go with that. Like first it's Pennywise fucking with Dick Shining, and then it's Dick Shining fucking with Pennywise. So they went both directions.
Yeah.
And then of course the stupid army fucked it all up. And what did they do? They shook him, and when he was fucking with Pennywise, so he could then his like black hand stuck out, and Pennywise figured it out. Like oh,
Yeah, I did not quite understand the army subplot, the like America is out of control and the only way to
is that from
control
like
them
a
is
Stephen
fear.
King ending or
What?
what? Like they didn't know what the fuck to do with it.
Yeah, it didn't really make any sense.
It's like the Crimson King. He wants to end existence and rule what's left. Well, that there's nothing. So that's a bad plan.
Right.
So
If you think, I mean, leave it to the military to think they can weaponize fucking Pennywise. So I'm not really surprised about that.
I was like, I'm kind of a little bit tired of that trope. It's like, oh, government tries to use X scary, powerful thing as a weapon. It goes wrong. Now the end of the world is coming, or whatever.
them trying to cage him to use him against like Cuba or Russia or whoever though, that made more sense to me than just releasing him to the US.
Well, yeah, I also was like, you don't think he can just kill everyone at once? Like, you're gonna have no one left.
Yeah, if you let him out, yeah, like like the king. If you let him out, what makes you think he's going to stop?
He doesn't have right. It's not like he has a limit, like, and he's gonna make everyone else afraid, and then you can rule them easier. It's like,
Dude,
no, your entire country will die.
country, world.
Well, right. But he's doing it so that he can help rule the country better, I guess.
And I mean, this isn't that long after World War II, and he probably served in that, and what the Korean War. So it's like people were very gung ho and patriotic. So it's not like the place is going to shit around him. He's like making that up in his head that nobody's listening.
Good point. Right. It makes me wonder, what are you trying to do?
I guess is the answer, right? And he's so fucking entitled. He's like, "You're free to go." Like, did you not understand what you were trying to release? Well, clearly you didn't, because you were trying to fucking release him.
Oh my God, when he's like frozen there while Dick and them are messing with his mind like that, I think they had it like as a puppet on stage. Like it's so freaky, like such a
All
cool
right, let me
image.
switch out in my living room.
And then when he walks up to it, he's just standing there. I'm like, you idiot! Like you really have no
Yeah,
idea.
why would you? I mean, look at all those teeth and tell me if you think you should be like smacking him in the face right now, or he's like up in his face, like, and he's like, you
Right.
can go. It's like, no shit, asshole. And then he's like, oh, I remember you. You're the one that got away 54 years ago.
Mhm.
Well, speaking of puppet though, the opening scene of the last episode where he like hypnotizes all the kids and stuff, but he calls the assemblies and is pretending to be the
Yeah.
principal at first. So I did not put together the fact that like he's controlling the principal like a puppet. So like when it actually shows the principal as tiny and Pennywise as huge, I didn't realize that he would be like 12 feet tall to those kids.
Yeah, like
Well,
terrifying.
Apparently, the principal that Skarsgård is holding is an actual like physical prop.
That's also
oh,
funny.
is it? That'd be. I don't know if I want that one. Yeah, well, he's done that before. I think he did that in the basement. He made himself like 12 feet tall to Richie or whoever that was.
Yeah, I just like didn't think about it for that specific scene until I listened to the companion podcast and I was like, oh shit,
I did
that's
that
great.
too. I didn't realize that that's how big he was supposed to be. I was just kind of caught up in the scene itself. I was more looking at the principal that he was holding. I was like, that's not. And then it was like obviously not him, and then he throws it at him. But it was like
Yeah.
he got him all scared as fuck, and then fucking deadlighted him. It's like, all right, dinner's ready.
It was a big meal.
Definitely knew about that. He was pretending to be
Yeah.
the principal, and I mean, if he goes to sleep every 27 years because he's had his fill, why did he see there's holes when you start doing this? Why did he need to take all them kids? I mean, he's like, okay, great, I can get out, but I'm tired. I'm full. It's like that's my thing.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, how does him being in a cage mean that he no longer has a sleep cycle? I mean, that he needs a sleep cycle when he's in the cage, but not when he's out.
Right. And let's just be clear, the whole cage is made up for the TV show.
Yeah, but at least wait, well, I can't remember what I said. I liked it for some reason, but now I
It
forgot
explains why
why.
he never left Derry.
Um,
That wasn't
that
it? Because I think you said that.
no, maybe maybe that was part of it. Ah, sorry, there's a bug. I don't know what I'm thinking of though.
Is it okay? I can't help you with that.
Oh, with the fact that they had more, because like the whole ritual of chewed and everything, like they talk about like Native American practices and whatever. So at least there's some kind of like connection in that sense.
Yeah.
I noticed you said chewed and not.
I mean, I did like that explains why he stayed in Derry. And I guess in terms of like why he woke up because of that, I mean, if he can feel that one has been destroyed and he could get out, then I guess he would want to take advantage of that while he could,
And
instead of waiting 27 years and maybe put it back.
Yeah, that's true. It just made it seem like it was like, well, now that the cage is gone, I don't need to sleep.
I'm gonna bring my non-Todash mist and cover the town.
Yeah.
He, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so I think what the theory here is that Pennywise was kicked out of his Pennywise world and put on the ship and sent into space, and he ended up here, which is very Superman like. Because I'm always like, why would you travel across interstellar, whatever space in a ship with made of the stuff that can hurt you? It doesn't.
I mean, if he was exiled, I
Well,
don't know
that's
if he had a
he had
choice.
to have been exiled, right? Otherwise, why would he have built that? He wouldn't have been able to build that ship. And how did he get here in that ship?
Yeah.
Because he can't go anywhere near that ship. Yeah, that's
Question.
what happens when they make stuff up for the TV show. Uh, so it just seemed odd, but I mean, the cage isn't the worst idea. Yeah, and of course, it was in a turtle shell. Everybody saw that. The one they dug up. And the guy's like, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, and yeah, and Hanlon's fucking pulling gun on his superiors and this and that, and they're like, oh yeah, no big deal. We'll just go back to, yeah, I got an honorable, he got an
Yeah.
honorable discharge after all the shit he did, and fucking Hank Rogan's still on the run in Canada.
I know, it's not
That guy didn't do a damn thing, and
Well,
he didn't
Hank
get any reconciliation.
Grogan was presumed
Well, he
dead after the
definitely
black
wasn't
spot.
dead. Well, maybe he wasn't technically. Yeah, I guess he wasn't on
No,
the run, but he still ran to Canada, right? You don't want anyone finding out you're not dead.
right.
Those Canadians, they don't check that shit. Oh, Canada. But listen to me. Canada in the '60s may have been much more rural, and it still is pretty damn rural now. So there's probably a lot of places to hide, and well, not even hide, just live your life and nobody will ever know. Or go to Alaska and go to one of those like remote villages where you're not even allowed to drink alcohol. Well, that doesn't sound like a fun place to be.
Why aren't you
I
allowed to
don't.
drink?
I don't know. I think because they didn't for hundreds of years, and then suddenly they got introduced to it, and they all lost their minds. So a lot of the villages are like, enough of this, no alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that, but I'm not sure the exact reason, but that'd be my guess. Forgot what the fuck I was saying, but yeah. So all the shit that Hanlon did, and they were just like, big deal. I mean, I guess it's Derry, and compared to what his superior did, I guess that was nothing. Although that guy's dead, so nobody really knows what he did. And my point was, so the 13 pillars, and he took the one out, and she shows him, or he destroyed the one for some fucking stupid reason. So, and what's her name? Rose shows him the map and goes, so this tree right here is the farthest point where you can still put the pillar in the ground and keep him trapped. So the whole ending scene, they're trying to get to the tree to keep him trapped before he escapes. But the tree is just the farthest point. They didn't have to go all the way out there. They could have put it in the damn thing in the ground at any point, right? And he'd have just been stuck wherever they put it. Because at first they thought they were trying to shrink the cage, so their plan was to move the pillars inward. So the whole like they had to get to the tree thing to me didn't make any sense either.
No, you're definitely right. Unless, I don't know, I missed something about it being like a sacred tree or something.
No, I think that the tree was the furthest point, but they couldn't do it before them because he was already on the river.
Maybe. But I mean, at any point, if they'd have just stuck in the ground, he'd have been like zapped back into the. I don't know. Hey,
Not if he was
that's a good
outside
question.
of
If
it.
he gets outside and they. No, I guess not, because that was the whole point. He had to get out before they got him.
Did they ever try using the dagger on him? Like, not them, but the other
You
people, the
know,
ancient
considering
people?
the way he acts, I feel like somebody should have tried to stab his ass, right? And he freezes, so he can't. He'll freeze, and then you just stab his ass. Or no, he doesn't freeze. No, the dick made him freeze. He just runs away.
he like, I don't know, just
He didn't eat
runs,
Lily
yeah.
when he saw it, and she wasn't even holding it. It was just like on the ground in front of her.
Yeah.
And now we have to learn the Pennywise language because all those pillars are inscribed with weird uh, hieroglyphs or something.
Was that his language though, or were those carved by
Who
the Indians?
knows? Well, I feel like we would have known what it said. Well, they never said that they didn't, but they. If, I like how the guy's like speak English. Like fuck you, dude. What are you gonna do about it?
Right.
And Mister
I'm still not.
the soldier guy that was the asshole that was shooting at Daniel the second he like turned the corner.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. Is he the one that killed him? I don't even remember. I don't know if
I
he.
don't
I think he
remember.
was just like dead when we got it back to him. Yeah, and nice. They were. Yeah, I guess that's why Hanlon's fine because compared to what's his name Shaw Francis, compared to what he did, it's
Right.
nothing. He was just like telling them to murder people before they got to the tree. Really only went for one of them. And I do have to say, and I might need this Funko. I like blood covered Pennywise. He's kind of cool. And the way he
Yeah.
was, when he woke up, he was sleeping in a pool of blood covered in bones and body parts, or surrounded by bones and body parts. Yes. Like if that's what I would have pictured. I never actually thought about where he slept, but that's perfect. I like that. And then what is it? Episode
Yeah, that was
7. It
great.
ends when they destroy the pillar, and then he just opens his eyes. It's like, oh, I was like, oh, talk about a bad
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, Will got deadlighted, and he's fine. What the fuck? Everybody's getting deadlighted. I was sitting here telling you, Joe, like,
I
once you
was
get deadlighted, there's no, because the episode ended with Will in the deadlights and Ingrid in the deadlights, and I'm like, there's no coming back. I don't know how they're going to do this. And they just were like, no, he's not in there anymore. Because
I mean, maybe it was like a pre-deadlight state.
He was still practicing with his deadlights.
No, I meant like he was putting them like
This is
before
before
deadlight.
he thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees a ghost. Yeah, they should have done one of those poems. That would have been cool. Oh, we haven't met any Denbros yet, though. But maybe we will. I don't know. If we keep going backwards, it's going to be like the names aren't going to mean as much because we won't even know who their freaking grandparents are.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the bloody Pennywise was cool. And it never like it just stayed on him when he got out. He was like, fuck it. Uh,
Yeah, like the design.
and the black spot is the end of episode 7. I gotta stand like it could have ended right there the first time, and I'd have been fine. I told Michelle that I was like, okay, episode 8 is just, you know, we don't know what's gonna happen because it's not in the book. But she doesn't care because it was, you know, she's not the nerd. She's not the nerds that we are about it. So, she's like, oh, it's great. I liked it. I was like, I mean, but you don't know everything that's wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just about good, right? As well, there's so
I
much. I
think
mean,
so,
we could
yeah.
talk about it forever. Honestly, it was a lot of Pennywise. It wasn't any, and then it was every. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and I don't think we need to get into the whole how Pennywise sees time because I don't think anybody really knows. It's just we well, we do know that episode season 2 is the Bradley gang, so that kind of makes an interesting season. The whole so it's going to be like a whole like what like 1930s gangster storyline like John Dillinger and Bonnie and Clyde and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be interesting in Derry. You know what we didn't talk about real quick, the fizzle.
Oh, that's right. That is the other thing that
So
makes
Ali,
that tower good.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you noticed, and I didn't until we watched that
Right?
YouTube video. But when they when they're drinking soda, the soda they're drinking is the brand. Is it Fizzla or
It's
it's
Fizzler.
yeah?
When
What's
they're
Nozzle?
on the
Is that a different
standpipe,
one?
Lily and Ronnie, and they're drinking that where they put the straws are in the soda bottles, and they're like picking them out of the soda bottle and sipping on the straw. The soda is I'm pouring a soda as I say that. Ironic. The soda is Fizzla, which is not even Nozzle. It's even a different level of the tower that we now find ourselves on. We're
But
not on
it's
Keystone,
I
not
right?
Keystone Earth.
That's what I meant. I was getting that. That's what I meant by a different level. Like, so we're not even on Keystone Earth, and that makes my brain hurt. Uh, that opens up so many doors and windows.
Ali, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, I personally didn't catch that, but I was also listening to the Losers Club go over the episode, and one of the girls is very much a Tower fan, and she was like going off on the fact that she was like, if they were gonna make something associated with that, then
Unless
just make it Nazalat and da 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 da. I was just kind of like, it could be
somebody,
something like Nazalat, Coke, and Fizzle is like Pepsi. Like, calm
the
down.
Fizzle is in the book, isn't it? It's just a different level, right? That was the whole thing. Nozzle was the one we saw the
You don't
most, but
remember.
there was a Fizzle a lot. I don't think they made that up. Otherwise, it wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it could. Yeah, you're right though. It could just be Coke and Pepsi. I'm pretty, there's only one brand allowed in non-Keystone Earth. Well, yeah, between that and the Toad Ash, you're like, okay, like I'm kind of wondering. I'm hopeful that there might be some tower stuff going on here. Right now, it's
Yeah,
just
that'd be
little
cool.
Easter eggs for us junkies. I mean, he said, and the tower's coming back in our lives. Let's just accept it. Because Talisman Part 3 like we know is coming out, and he's going to wrap the whole talisman into what did he say? The territories is Toadash or something like no, not Toadash. He called the territories Midworld. The territories is Midworld, which now I got to go back and read that because it didn't really seem like Midworld the first time.
The wait, what is? Sorry, I missed that.
The place in the talisman where they go, it's called the territories. It's like alternate Earth. And he just recently said in an interview that because he's finishing book 3 of Talisman because Peter Straub died, and well, that's not why he's finishing it, but he's wrapping it up. And he said that um, the territories from the Talisman is the same as Midworld from the Tower. So that makes me think
Interesting.
that they went all towery maybe on Talisman 3. So I'm excited about that. I'm like that girl from the Losers Club. I'm a tower junkie.
Hmm.
All things serve to beam. Oh, Amber, on your business card right now it says Derry Public Relations Coordinator.
Public
Yeah, Derry
relations.
Public Relations. Well, I feel like they need some
That's
help right
funny.
now.
Yeah.
Tourism's way down. People keep disappearing. It's like Costa Rica. People keep disappearing.
I was like, people just die in this town all the time and nobody cares. I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
They forget. Did you forget that?
I mean, the people in the town forget.
The adults do. That's how it's able to keep happening. They just kind of like people just go missing and they're like, oh yeah. Like, oh well, Bill left town because he didn't even remember Georgie until he came back. And that was what the TV show
Mm-mm.
said. That was one of the like ways they were explaining how nothing, how the FBI and the army's not in. Well, the army isn't there, but like how it's not like he's able to just keep getting away with it because people keep forgetting that he does it.
Yeah.
But let's not overanalyze it too much. Just well, let facts get in the way of a good story. Um, yeah, and then after that, the frozen river was that the Andespragen? I wonder did they say what river that is?
I think it
Oh,
was the
that's a good one
Penobscot.
too. It was so cool with the mist and the frozen river and that everything was like shot in like blue and white light. I felt like I was dreaming when I was watching it. Um, and nobody else died. Oh yeah, Daniel died. Lily didn't die.
Yeah.
Veronica, Ronnie, excuse me, Ron. Hey, Will, it's Ron. I never knew a girl that called herself Ron. I don't know everybody, but I was like, oh, okay. Um, she should have died. Well, she's missing in the book. She's one of the kids. So, like, that would have been a perfect opportunity to make her go missing because now they can't do anything about it. Well, I guess they're never going to revisit it. They're just kind of like, screw you, deal with that.
Yeah, but doesn't she goes like she's in the wrong timeline?
She left town with her dad, so she has to come back real quick and disappear before she gets too old. Maybe dad gets found by the Royal Mounted Police and she has to come back to Derry.
But in
Well, unless it's supposed to be like she's missing, but not because of Pennywise, but because she just disappeared because she ran away
Oh,
with her dad.
I guess.
But dad is for dead.
but isn't she in the wrong generation to do? Because she should be. She's like the grandkids' age.
Well, she was missing in the book in the 50s, right?
Was it
More
the
like 50,
50s? Yeah,
yeah,
when they're
like
kids.
57, 58, I think, something like that.
So that's what I mean. So she's supposed to be Mike's age. She's Will's age.
Yeah, that's a good point. She's all fucked up.
Mm.
Why didn't they just make her why didn't they just make a new character? Why did they take that name?
I don't know.
Just make,
Maybe it's her. Maybe
they could have killed her
Maybe.
and Lily. All the face people. Yeah, that'd have been okay with that. And we still got the only one who did, that you knew couldn't die was Will and Marge. You found out after the fact.
right.
Hmm.
Margaret Dusha.
Cause my death or my birth. Call the same to me. Was. Yeah, like he's having conversations with people and like Bob Gray's like I've never heard Bill Skarsgård talk so much as Pennywise. And then I was like, oh, is that what he's gonna sound
Yeah.
like every time he talks? Even like before he got possessed by the demon, he just talked that way.
Matt said, "Is that what he sounds like normally?" I'm like, I don't think so.
I can't answer that question, but I'm pretty sure it's a no. Now I got to YouTube an interview or
Right.
something. Um, it was almost too much dialogue. It was like okay, stop with this. Uh, and then of course, oh well, we didn't talk about the fucking twist, right? Or the giant Easter egg at the end.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
13-year-old Beverly Marsh shows up, even though she's like 27 now. That was kind of cool the way they tied it all back together, but it made the Miss Kirsch thing confusing.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know that we needed that.
and on a sad note, Mrs. Kirsch died before it came out.
Alice,
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't hear that. Sorry. I was too busy rambling.
but yes,
Someone
rest
else
in
died
peace.
too, right? Maybe. I don't want to put that in the universe, so I'm not going to say anybody's name. Um, I've learned that I have a dangerous power when I do that stuff. Um, and and even in that scene, like her dad like grabs her shoulder and she like moves away from him. I was like,
No, she grabs his shoulder
oh
and he
God,
moves
did I
away
get
from
that
her.
backwards? Oh, what does that
Uh
mean?
huh.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I know what the other way means.
It means he hates his daughter and blames her for his mother's death. Her
And
mother's death.
that's the whole reason for everything else, I guess, or part of the reason.
I
Part of it.
assume.
Well, it's just like the movement that he makes is very violent looking, so it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
push me again, I'll smack you. And mom's
Right.
alive in the book, so that's a complete departure. But I guess they could do that because they didn't put her in the movie at all for whatever reason. That's,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I remember us talking about her not being in the movie, so it's
she's,
kind of open.
I mean, she's in the book. That's all I really remember. I don't remember. I don't think she's in it much.
She's mentioned in the book, but she's not like an important character.
Yeah.
Well, right, because she's not the one fucking being creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the book it was almost ambiguous but implied. Like this, the show's just like, nope, that's what happened.
TV has no time for
Right?
ambiguity.
You don't get to think for yourself. We got like 42 minutes with commercials or without commercials. Although HBO is a little better with that because it's you can get an hour in with no commercials, so I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially since every show these days is 8 episodes long.
Even if it only needed to be an hour and a half movie, some of the stuff.
Well, I meant like 8 episodes is too little.
Yes, for a
I
season,
know.
8 episodes is not whatever. I mean, I grew up in 25 episode seasons, so this is crap to me. Simpsons, X Files, that shit was all 25 episodes every year. I don't even feel like they're trying anymore, and now we're down to 8. And like, come on, stop with the CGI and do more acting. Because it's the CGI that takes all the fucking time, right? And I think season 2 is, speaking of which, not till 27, so we got a little while. Although it's 26 already, so we can say next year.
Good point.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Yeah, Happy New
Year! I
Year.
can't believe it's fucking. I gotta go back to. Ah, God, like my vacation's over. Now it's just the weekend. I gotta go to work on Monday. I need like 10,000 people to subscribe to us so that I can stay home. We can all stay home. Okay, yeah. I'm sure I have more to say, but I don't remember what it is at the moment.
Yeah, I'm good.
End of the World as We Know It is next, right? Where's my Kindle? So,
Yeah, we had talked about it
is
being
that what we're
next.
doing?
I'm fine with it. I just have, yeah, I have to get the book, but we have 2 weeks or
Right. Well,
whatever.
you're not gonna. Yeah, right. We know how that goes. It means you have
Right.
13 days to start reading.
Right.
Hold on. I got it on the Kindle. Let me see. And that, yeah, you read the introduction to that, right? Amber? Didn't I show you that? I thought that was cool. Where they're like,
Yes.
"Hey, what
Yeah.
about this?" We're like, I mean, we can ask him, but he's never gonna go for it. Like, oh my God, he went for it. Now we got to do it. And he was like, he said in his introduction, he was like, the only thing that I didn't like is they didn't do their own story. Why not? All they did was like tell other people to do it. I'm like, well, listen to him. Okay, so Kindle version, about 200 pages, is about the Hope Boat is page 181 and it goes to 197. So let's stop at wrong fucking place, wrong fucking time. Do not read that.
Do not read that.
Do not read that. The Hope Boat is the last thing we're going to read. HOPE, because that's about 200 pages right there. At least on this, I don't know what it is on print because I haven't bought that yet. But I'm excited for this, and I've read 3 pages of the first story so far, and I got a Kennedy reference. So the people writing the stories know what they're doing. I'll just put it that way. I feel it'd be kind of funny if like every single one of them put a Kennedy reference in there.
I mean, it's true to form.
Right, it's a requirement. I don't know if they know that. I hope he told them that. Okay, well, that's it for it. Welcome to Derry. Next, we'll see what the. I'm very interested in the Stan stories. Um, we'll see what's next. So,
Yeah.
everybody good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. End of the podcast. See you in 2 weeks. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.